You're listening to the New Old Heads podcast, shot live every Tuesday at twitch.tv/newoldheads and released every Thursday at noon via bringingdowntheband.com. The show is brought to you by Coleman Dental, Printfinity, Indie CD and Vinyl, and Sun King Brewery. Support the show directly by becoming a member at patreon.com/newoldheads.
You are now tuned in to the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th. The entire crew is here, starting off with my man Lonegevity. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. A little sleepy.
It happens.
Yeah.
Comes with age.
Comes with really bad sleeping patterns as well.
That too. I'm not mad at that. My man Jay Moore is in the building with the well, you know, I ain't gonna count his pockets. But just know, you know, the thing.
He really counts his pockets every time he went out.
That thing will run you a little bit.
Like, not to count his pockets, but let me count his pockets.
Yeah, so when you're out in the street, you see Jay Moore.
Yeah, it's nice, man. Nice ensemble there, brother.
Yeah, it's something I picked up on.
Oh, I know you picked it up. Yeah.
You know, this is the Reebok
Calgary
Flames. Yes.
Okay, I can dig it.
I'm not a hockey person, so I don't really know.
It's all good. To my immediate left, DJ Jay Diff. What's happening, man?
Salutations.
How you doing, man?
Welcome
you all right?
back. I'm good.
Seem a little. Are you bothered? Is everything okay?
You're kind of irritating today.
Okay. All right. Other than that, though, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Other than that,
okay. Just checking on you, man.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Likewise.
All right, let's jump into it here. Music. Red August ain't doing it. All right.
I need some music.
Oh,
Shout out to my man, Red
off
August.
the table.
Man.
Nobody's
He
a sponsor.
well, in my absence, Red August was stepped in and did a great job. So I appreciate you, brother, as always, doing your thing.
I thought the show ran so much more.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. I learned some stuff too. It was very, very entertaining. Like Terry's curl and
I'm just
Dripping.
mad because you couldn't get
And my
one.
window was dripping, by the way.
I remember that part.
You know what we should do for our early segments?
What's that?
We should start pulling comments from YouTube and TikTok and stuff.
Going over those? We can do that.
Just random comments, maybe.
That works.
I learned also that 2 mid to bad albums have been still being talked about since I've been gone to now. Terry just told me conversations are still going on. But you guys covered those pretty well.
I think so.
Yeah, you know.
Covered them to death and they're still being talked about.
That's my thing. I thought the wave would have died down a little bit by now, but
One's being talked about.
well,
Pretty lover boy.
yeah. I laughed very hard when you said that on the last show. But nah, man, I pretty much, it was mid to me, you know. Nice formula.
I mean, we didn't ask for your opinion.
But I'm just gonna say it.
mean, yeah.
I don't care about
We
it.
already talked about
You
it.
weren't
I don't care
even
about
here.
none of y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna get my opinion out now.
Your opinion is null and void now,
Yeah,
sir.
it's a,
We put a stamp on that.
Album was mid. All right, but let's jump in, man. This first topic. Shout out to Hip Hop DX. So Mike Will made it. Producer. Says he's going to reunite with Miley Cyrus,
Oh, joy.
despite her saying she's bored with hip hop.
Didn't we
See,
somewhat kind of talk about that before?
Yeah, we did
But-
a little. Talked about them potentially working again.
Did we?
Yeah, it's like a...
Okay, I don't remember him confirming that he was working with her.
I don't even think it's
Again.
about him confirming it. It was just we were talking about it.
Something came out to where she was working with Mike Will made it again. And I
I wonder
think...
why they just put that out there.
Well,
Huh.
well, if it's just him confirming, that must be what it is.
Yeah.
Well,
not surprised. As long as the checks are there, people compromise their principles and do whatever.
Yeah.
yeah, it didn't look, it left a bad taste. I'm just looking at it like she said she was bored with rap, and Mike Will's like, well, I guess she's not bored now, so I'm gonna get to the bag. Like you said, like everything's based off the bag at this point. I saw my son having that conversation, talking about how he's a big dude on quote unquote morals and principles, and you know, as it relates to hip hop and that type of thing. So he always talks about money being the driving force behind decisions versus, you know, some certain people in hip hop having integrity. And this one here is clearly about just bread. Like, it ain't about quote unquote what we say with the culture or however you want to say that. It's like, I'm about to get the bag. I don't care if she didn't like rap before. She like it now, so we about to be lit again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Somebody ain't moving units like they used to. is what
Talk
it
to
sound like
him.
To me.
That's a part of it too. Yeah.
She needs that cutlet chicken.
Yeah.
That what?
Justin Timberlake about to get back to his Blue Eyed Soul too.
Yeah, he took a little break and went in the woods or something, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
Man
that?
in the Woods.
Yeah. Did y'all listen to that?
I
Yeah, it
checked
was
out.
terrible.
I mean,
No.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna spin it because I mean, his track record is good, but that
True.
man walking through the wilderness in the woods was not cool.
Yeah, that the hey white people, hey, this is me too.
With the beard and everything.
Yeah, that's what that Justin Timberlake album was, and
So
that's what the last couple of Miley Cyrus is like. Hey, white people, I didn't forget about you.
so it's time. Basically, y'all saying it's time for him to run back to Timbo and get back.
I
in
mean,
the
the
bag.
thing is, he had Timberland and
for real.
you
Yeah.
know, but had
Yeah.
them doing stuff that was out of their pocket, but then also had some other people playing tambourine and banjo on it. And,
Tambourine and banjo.
you know, and found some people with hats and beards to back them up. And like, I remember because
Somebody on there playing the spoons.
after I remember
What?
I'm just
after
I was about to say.
after the Super Bowl, I remember it was a big thing. Like, hey, you know, stick around for Jimmy Fallon, and it was like, and Justin Timberlake did all his Man in the Woods foolishness.
What was the reactions?
I mean, it was Jimmy Fallon, so of course people were going to clap.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, none of this is going to work anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, he toured it. He toured that show, but
Yeah, he probably played a lot. But luckily, he has a catalog
yeah, he does.
it probably was.
because it probably was very light on Man of the Woods.
That's what I was
material.
about to say. Yeah. I could.
You gotta get out there and do that suit and tie and all that other stuff.
He
that
can
you-
go back to.
That's a terrible song, by the way.
Justified.
I re-listened to that. Like maybe I was like, well, this is like the Jay-Z's part, the production, all of it is. I mean, it was very much of its time. Now it just sounds like something. Unless I'm at a wedding, I don't see anybody ever playing that song again.
Well,
It wasn't
got a
that
question.
bad. I've heard a lot worse.
I'm having deja vu. Didn't we just talk about this?
Yeah,
Maybe we did.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
I see your beard over there too long.
what's the over under on the Fugees making all their dates?
I'm gonna go.
Because it was announced that they're going to
First of all,
tour.
glad you said that. First of all, Prize should be thanking the Lord. I'm talking about praise dancing and he should be very happy because I don't know if he was gonna get a call to do anything.
I mean, he's got to smash it with ODB.
I don't think he was gonna get called to do anything. So he should be very happy that they're going on tour.
So you counting his pockets?
No, I'm just he might have the bread, but I don't think nobody was calling. You can call folks that got bread, that call folks that don't have bread.
Prize
Phone wasn't
might-
ringing though.
He might be sitting nice. You never know.
He might be. Hey, The Score was a great album. You know, the ODB song did all right.
I bet he's still making decent residuals off that.
I wouldn't doubt it, but I'm just saying he's probably happy. He's probably the happiest about the call. As for Lauren, you know, one of my favorite artists, but we know she tends to be
Late.
a lot. So
She said we should thank her for her
hey,
lateness.
she killed that verse. I don't care.
Yeah, it was
whatever.
pretty decent.
Don't do that because I remember. I ain't say it was the first of the year. I ain't gonna jump out the window. But
I
she
ain't
killed
thanking
that verse,
nobody for being late. I didn't pay my good money to come see you.
though. Are you gonna
And
wait?
then
though?
you decided that you wasn't even gonna come out sometimes, and other times you done came out and gave somebody 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's whack. I can't argue
Nah,
with you
I'm cool.
Mm.
there. So what? I can't argue.
Applied
with you
mediocrity.
Look,
there.
half the shows are going to
Half?
be canceled, or they're something's going to happen. There's going
I
to
gotta
be
record
or
this.
it's going to be Prize and friends. Like they're going to have to bring out make sure they can keep John Forte.
Yeah. Wait, did you say
and,
Prize and Friends?
or I'm sorry, Wyclef and friends.
I was about to say what the
Pri-
tickets go for?
Prize is one of the friends.
Yeah.
So
Is Wyclef and Cannabis cool
Wyclef
again?
and they're going to have to make sure because there's something that tells me that like
Hey, y'all
Lawrence just not going to show up to a lot
y'all,
of
hey,
these.
y'all make sure y'all get them tickets for Prize and Friends, $8.25. You know what I mean? Like, cut it out, bruh. But Jay Moore, I'm putting you on the record. You said half will be
Yeah,
canceled.
I think half the shows are going to be canceled.
Lone, what's yours? I'm writing this down.
I think they'll probably make it to about 75-80% of them.
All right.
How many shows is it?
That I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
I mean, because like I
If
saw
it's only 4, then
no, because I
75,
saw
80%.
like they
There you
have
go.
like by some of the some of them it looks like they have dates for certain cities. Some of them just have question marks for them,
Really?
and I'm like, I don't. If your city has a question mark
They
by
ain't
it,
coming.
you might as well just don't buy tickets in advance.
Yeah, they ain't coming.
Make sure they're there that night.
you might want to watch on social media and make sure that they show up before you buy.
I need to know
Yeah.
like what their relationship is like. Like are are Lauren and
Wyclef.
Not,
Wyclef and Pras, are they all cool now, or
I doubt it.
is this just a money grab?
I think it's a money grab.
If it's just a money grab,
So it's Wyclef, Pras, and Lauren.
yeah.
I believe now.
That's it.
Yeah,
Well, they say they're
that's
going
the
to perform
Fugees.
the score,
which is
I never
front
paid
to
attention.
back,
I'm not mad at that.
but I don't think they're going to bring like Rod Digger and Young Z
Nah.
on tour with them.
All right, so you got
They should bring
November
Lil Zane.
2nd, United Center. Okay, so
Insane.
one. He's stupid.
So it's
1, 2,
all
3,
November.
4, 5,
It's
6.
just weekend shows. It looks like.
Yeah, 7 shows in November.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that they're gonna make all these shows.
Terry says they're gonna make all.
They probably will.
All right. Terry says all 7 shows.
I believe there's some kind of
Give
contract
us a hint.
involved to where if somebody misses out on the show, they probably gonna owe some money to somebody else.
I was gonna say,
That's a good point.
what if one member misses one of the shows?
No, that
Depends on which one it is.
What if it,
It
what if it,
definitely
what if it
depends on
really
which
is
one.
Pras and Friends for one of the shows?
And
nah.
well,
See,
It's like
It's
the
gonna be
Wu-Tang
some
Clan,
people
but it's
mad.
only like You God, Master Killer show up.
it's gonna be
the
some
one
bottles.
Wu-Tang Clan concert I went to, ODB was absent. I wasn't happy about that, but they held it down. I mean,
Well,
it's
that's
I
what's
mean, I
gonna
can
happen. That's
still
just
watch
like-
Wu
I think
Tang.
there's 10 of them.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
that's just like when Bone was here last night, and someone was. I was like, I kept asking people, was I haven't got an answer, but
I've
I
never
said,
seen
was
Bone in
Busy
full.
Bone there? Because there's always one that don't show up.
Yeah, I've
Usually
never
it's
seen
Busy
them in
Bone.
full.
I seen them at the Vogue and they all were there.
Okay,
Because TLC was on the bill, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. Every time I've seen them,
yeah
They
they,
haven't-
all were
they
there at the Vogue.
they haven't been in full every time I've been.
I'm gonna go with Terry. I'm gonna go with Terry, and say all because of the contractual part. Or they might have to pay
Like
bread back or
Lauren
something.
didn't have a contractual agreement before.
Lauren, we ain't gonna count her because this is all them. If it was Lauren, I'd say a third of them. But since it's the whole group, I'm gonna
Lauren
go
Hill
with Terry.
does
say all.
concerts, and she don't even sing or rap. She just show up, and she'll get out there, give a speech, and then read a poem, and then cry for 15 minutes. And
Here
then
you go,
they'd be
man.
like,
Don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like nobody's
Don't do
had that
that.
experience.
The cry part was extra. You ain't have to do that. She don't just sit there. She don't just sit there.
I'm sorry,
cry.
y'all didn't see that.
Crying's healthy.
Y'all didn't see the, if it's a part of your emotional journey, whatever,
Yeah.
cool. But we paid money to see you.
So skip her mental health and just go right to the performance.
What about my mental health? I spent money that I probably should have used on bills to come see you because I'm that much of a fan.
My light's about to be out and you
know.
up here crying. I feel you.
So,
I feel you.
Man, that's just not being responsible.
Yeah, it's
I
like
feel you.
it's like-
well,
it's
you
not
know,
to
you
be
could say
out.
the same thing for Lauren when you know people are coming to see you and you show up 2 hours late, knowing people got to get up and go to work the
Yeah.
next day.
That's very true.
If it was Lauren,
That's irresponsible on your part.
if it was Lauren Dolo, I'd say a third. But since Wyclef in there and contractually, I'm gonna say that they make all of them.
I hope one of them is Pras and Friends.
I hope it's not. I really don't want to see Pras.
Is Pras Haitian too?
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
I mean, I'm trying to understand. This is totally off the topic, but you know this whole thing going on
Yeah,
with Texas and Haiti and
Yeah.
yeah.
and them being on some 1800s type shit.
Put that one down.
Well, I mean,
Mark the time.
Yeah, about 9:49 on that
Yeah.
one. Yep.
I say that usually say the same word every one.
Yeah, but then I have to go back through
I
it
know.
and find it.
He don't
know.
care about you. He don't care about you. Go ahead, brother.
But there are a lot of artists that are from Haiti.
Or have ties to Haiti.
Yeah.
Yeah, or have ties to Haiti.
Mhm.
Like, are they helping with the infrastructure and stuff out there? Like,
I think Wyclef
you think,
is.
do you think that they should they be liable to try to help with that? It's just a question.
Well, if you're doing good, you should try to do good. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's
I like
not
that.
your. It's just like when if there's a rapper from Chicago,
Yeah.
are they morally bound to make sure that there's an infrastructure there to help from all these people being killed?
It's a tricky question.
And you can say that for any rapper from
Yeah.
any city: Houston, Miami, St. Louis,
Right.
L.A., New York.
I mean, on pay you want to say, pay it forward when you get it. Like if it's back to your, to your native homeland or whatever, it's in the community. If it's in at Chicago, your city, you want to pay it forward. But you said the word responsibility is like,
Is Haiti the place? If I'm butchering this, let me know. Is Haiti the place that had barbecue? The dude barbecue with where the government, the official just got assassinated?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And barbecue, I forget his real name, but it was just like slang name. But
Yeah.
I watched a whole like documentary kind of on that modern. It's very interesting, the polarizing sides of everything and the corruption in the government and US's involvement and all that
Yeah,
other stuff.
plus
so
And it's crazy because the United States owes so much to the Haitian Revolution.
Yeah.
You know, because the Haitians actually beat France. You know, Napoleon could not maintain
his dynamite.
he could not maintain what he had over in this side of the world. And
Oh man.
you know what America got out of it? The Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that whole chunk that's
And Yats.
due to the fact that the Haitians maintain establishing a free Black republic. You know, and the fact that we've done so much and I'm not saying I'm talking about the United States government has done so much to destabilize Haiti, and plus like natural disasters have just ravaged. And it's crazy because if you know your geography, on the other side of Haiti is what? The Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And there's a place where everybody's like, oh yeah, we're going down to DR, we're gonna do this, and it's like it's just the other side of the island.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, crazy how we go from the Fugees to talking about the destabilization of nations, but this is the new old heads, and this is what we do.
It is what it is. Let's go ahead and jump into our next topic here. This one actually popped up today. Shout out to Lone for reminding me because I saw it earlier but totally forgot. Did everybody see?
No, this is the second one.
I'm sorry.
You're on the wrong one.
Am I on the wrong one? My bad. I really want to talk about that too. I got a story. I do.
JD's first.
JD. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
JD and Diddy. So, did you guys catch the Fat Joe live?
Oh yeah,
You saw it? Everybody saw
Some
it?
of it.
No.
Some of it. Okay. Snoop, I believe, was the fourth square on there.
You're talking about when Drake was rubbing on Fat Joe's chest?
Nah, I don't even know what that is.
I know what he's talking about.
I know what you're
'cause
talking
saw
about,
that.
but
He was like,
I clicked off of that.
he was like, today's price is
not tomorrow's
not
price.
tomorrow's price, buddy.
And Khaled just gets up and is like, oh, he got to make it corny. Oh, yeah, I was
Drake was
cool.
extra comfortable rubbing on Fat Joe's chest. I'm just gonna say that and keep it
I
moving.
don't know what bothered me more. Fat Joe was a little comfortable getting his chest rubbed by Drake. So
I mean, it's all good. Do what you need, but
I stay out of grown folk business.
wasn't expecting it. I guess.
Yeah, I hope to never be that rich.
Yeah,
Right.
but yeah, that was a pretty weird. He's stupid. That was a pretty weird moment. But Jermaine Dupri and Diddy been going back and forth about a possible versus, and Jermaine, I've said this before on the show. I don't think Jermaine Dupri gets the love that he should as a producer. That's always been my personal opinion. I think he is an all-time great, and I'm seeing people they low-key trying to play Jermaine as it relates to Diddy in this possible verse.
Jermaine.
I ain't say it like that. Don't even get me started on Jermaine because Jay Moore was just
We talked
destroying
about
the whole
Jermaine
Jackson
Jackson earlier.
family.
So
Yeah,
now
he killed the whole
Now we're
family.
gonna talk about Jermaine
Yeah,
Dupri,
JD, man.
who's
Yeah.
Diddy's brother, right?
No,
No.
man.
Oh,
Stop.
okay, sorry.
Anyway, man.
Metaphorically speaking, no.
No, man. Stop that. But where was okay? Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I think they trying to play him. But here's my question, and we talk about Diddy all the time. Diddy said I'd body you based off Mary J. Blige's first album, stuff that he was a part of. My thing is, how do we do this? Because Diddy is an executive producer on a lot of these great records. He did not produce them. And JD called him out on the live, like, fam, Diddy named the record. He was like, I don't see your name on the credits, though.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Myrica, Stevie J did that.
There you
record.
go. The Hitman. So I'm looking at it like, how do you do this? Because he has a point. It's like JD was stunned. I think you posted on Twitter. He's like, I'm in the Songwriting Hall of Fame. It's me, Dallas Austin, Missy Elliott, and who's the fourth person he
Jay-Z.
named? And Jay-Z.
The biggest stunt he said on there is like, Diddy can't buy his way into the Songwriting Hall of Fame.
When I felt that when he said it, because JD is really hands-on as it relates to the music process. So if we're looking at it from a versus standpoint, what do y'all feel about that? Should Diddy just be able to use all these albums that he's executive produced because people are gonna say, "Oh, he put it together. He put this song here and that song there."
No.
Okay, talk to me. Why not?
No, because if you're talking about a producer's battle, when you talk about the other producer's battle,
Okay,
when it was the RZA versus
Primo.
Premier.
Yep.
Those are songs. It's a produced by RZA or DJ Premier.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
That's all it was.
They might have had to give some songwriting, because of samples and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's understandable. But when you talk about what Jermaine Dupri has done, like Jermaine Dupri wrote, Jump, We Belong Together, and Welcome to Atlanta. Like it's pretty much spans.
Yeah.
And
Diddy said, "Wasn't nobody
was a
listen."
breakdancer for Houdini on their tour.
Yeah, and when he said, when Diddy said, "No, I don't hear your songs at weddings," it's like, you mean you've never heard "Let's Get Married"?
Yeah. Like that was a big stunt, but he's right. Like
No, let me tell you something. Like when you're like at this point, like now, when there are different parts of the nostalgia wave that hit,
yeah.
These Usher songs,
Come on,
and
man.
these Mariah Carey songs, like he could say, I'd body you with just Mary J. Blige and Biggie. Like he doesn't have Usher and Mariah Carey right over here.
Like Confessions ain't
like he doesn't have his name on
and production.
He doesn't have his name on Diamond Plaques.
Yeah.
Like you got to understand, like you might have said, "Hey, turn the drums up on this," or whatever, but you didn't produce Juicy.
What do you think?
You didn't produce One More Chance.
Let me ask Lone from producer standpoint. What do you think about that, man, as it relates to how this should be looked at? Because we've had the conversation on the surface about
beat makers,
executive producer,
producers.
We've talked about that, but what do you think, man, in terms of these two guys going at it? Because I have nothing wrong with what JD's saying. I think everything he's saying is valid, and it gives him more credibility in this thing, in my personal opinion.
I don't think JD and Diddy is a good matchup.
Why not?
Because Diddy doesn't deserve to be in a Verzuz.
Not against Jermaine Dupri.
You preaching right now.
I mean, and I'm not a huge Jermaine Dupri fan, but you can't take away from what he has done as a songwriter.
Talk to him, Lone.
Like, even as a producer, I know a Jermaine Dupri beat when I hear it, and I don't like him. But you can't take away who Jermaine Dupri is. Can't take away who he is. And he's so I think Jermaine Dupri's, even though he's wants Diddy to do that, like he's above Diddy in my opinion. So maybe Diddy and Dr. Dre do make more sense because we don't know what Dre's produced in the last 2 decades. I don't know.
But he put a little flavor on some things here and there.
Maybe.
But the stuff that
we think.
But my thing is Dre has more that he can pull from that he actually produced than Diddy does.
I don't know if Diddy's ever physically made a beat.
Diddy is more like Khaled before Khaled was Khaled.
So let's do Diddy and Khaled.
He's way better at that than Khaled.
Washing
yeah, he's washing Khaled. Yeah.
Well, maybe
we're
not.
talking about that.
Let's have the judges be the newer generation and the older generation.
Oh,
man, he's still washing Khaled.
I don't know. They might be the judges might be screaming we the best if they do it that way. Go ahead, man. What's your thoughts?
It all comes down to semantics.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest with you. I mean, if we're talking about an executive producer or whatever he credits himself as,
excuse me,
over somebody that actually is hands on with every artist and is putting his pen to paper.
Yep.
I mean, he's not enlisting Dr. Dre to write his verses for him.
Right.
He's not enlisting Skills to write his verses for him.
True.
If JD wants to write a song, he's going to write it himself. So if we're talking semantics, if we're getting down to somebody that's actually produced something,
yep,
then all day JD. But if you are including someone's executive catalog, then I mean you got to give it to Puffy at the end of the day, because and both of them have transcended culture. Don't get me wrong.
For sure.
They both have shifted the culture on their own merit. But JD is more hands-on, whereas Diddy is more pressing buttons and making sure to match up the work. Like, let me get this person with this person. Let me come in and hear the final version. Okay, that sounds good. Even on the Biggie movie, he wasn't producing nothing in that movie.
Yeah.
He was just in the studio. And somebody was like playing.
Great team, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? Stevie J doesn't get enough credit if we talk.
100% agree.
I just don't.
About that.
DJ Angelette,
yeah,
get,
they don't get the credit they deserve, because they single handedly were running that camp back then.
Yeah, I mean, if Verzuz is about artist and artist going head to head, then Diddy does. To me, Diddy doesn't belong in that conversation. No matter what he's contributed to as an executive producer, let's put Diddy as a rapper up against somebody.
Well,
he's going to be going up against people that wrote his rhymes.
Yeah.
So exactly.
I mean,
that's why I mean he doesn't belong in my opinion.
So he's not all right because I seen somebody make the
one.
Don't do that, Long. Don't do that. Don't do that.
The correlation between him and what's my guy's name? Y'all threw me off with the
one.
Yeah,
cut it out, man. Cut that out.
Quincy Jones.
I thought about Quincy.
So Quincy Jones, he actually was a musician first.
Yeah,
brilliant musician.
But he executive produced Thriller and Off the Wall.
I just don't think Diddy matches with anybody.
Well, no, I'm not saying he matches with Quincy Jones at all. I'm just saying as far as Quincy Jones' stature is, he has 2 albums under his belt that he executive produced. 3 that he executive produced
that as well.
That are 3 of the best-selling albums of all time. And I couldn't tell you if he played a bell, a piano key, or anything on those, but he structured them.
Yeah, he on a lot of those songs. He was the arranger. Rod Temperton did a lot of the, you're talking about the first. You're talking about that. That's who did the writing and a lot of some of the arranging.
But what you just said though, even that to me is more than.
No, that's what I'm saying.
As it relates to what Quincy was talking about. When he said arranging.
Quincy was in the room for all those songs.
Yeah. Like literally arranging like the records, though.
There are songs that Diddy just put his name on.
That's what I'm saying.
Real.
Except for I give him credit for Ready to Die. This is a time where Diddy's hungry. This has to pop. You know what I'm saying? So I can see him being in the studio a lot with that. I can see him being in the studio a lot with Mary J.
But he
had just got this job with Uptown Records. He has to make sure this sounds good. Yeah. That this has my name on it essentially as an executive producer. But I have to make sure that it sounds right. I think he kind of got past that stage to where he just hired the right people and knew what was going to come out that room.
He's a businessman. That's what you do in business.
Yeah.
And it is. Look, this is the only way Diddy, I feel like if they're going to really do this matchup to where Diddy wins, if they make it Bad Boy versus So Def. Because when you take if it's just So Def, then you don't get the Mariah, you don't get to use the Usher songs.
Yeah.
You have to go with just Escape.
Does Bad Boy get to use Mary J and Jodeci?
Well, that's just it. But still,
point.
Because they're not Bad Boy.
You get to use Mace, the Locks.
It doesn't matter.
Black Rob,
still gonna wash them properly.
Faith, Carl Thomas. You get there's enough
Craig
there.
Loon.
Like don't do that. I'm just looking at the track list right.
Fundisha. y'all, I'm sorry, y'all don't remember Fundisha.
I'm just looking at the track list right now. The Ready to Die track list, just off GP. Like Diddy's name he's listed as a producer for the intro. Then it goes Easy.
That's probably just because he was talking on it.
Yeah. That's my point. Easy Mo B, Primo, Lord Finesse. Like Chucky Thompson.
I've never seen a picture or even heard a story of Diddy making a beat.
I'm not mad at you.
He might bring a producer a sample.
Yeah, but I've never heard a story. I've never heard somebody tell a story of Diddy like working on a track.
I mean, he's an executive.
He's not in there tapping out on the MPC.
No, he's not making ideas.
He's listed as an executive producer for Jay-Z's American Gangster. And all he heard about them making the album and was like, hey, yo, Playboy, I'm so inspired, blah, 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 blah. I want to be a part of it. Next thing you know, he's listed as an executive producer on the album.
You could use Nas as an example. He uses Homie as an executive producer for album.
Yeah, Ill Will.
He's not even here.
Facts.
So I mean, you can throw that title around however you decide you want to throw it around. He might have did that so that his family can eat off something.
And I'm not here like we didn't come up in the Bad Boy era, and I'm not saying their impact is beyond, like, you can't tell the story without it. So we're not here for that.
Hey,
it's just as it relates to.
I listened to Diddy's album a lot when I was a kid.
Come on, man. Like, we're not here for that, but I'm just saying as it relates to this.
And No Way Out was actually a good album.
It was.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear Diddy be like, all right, and then he plays Unbelievable in his set. I'll be like, fam, come on now.
Y'all didn't see Suge out here doing that mess.
No. No,
Maybe it should be Diddy and Suge.
no, it should not.
All
Suge's
up in the
unavailable.
videos.
Dancing. Yeah, man. Oh, Red August said Master P.
Nah. I give
Nah.
Master P a little bit more respect.
Yeah,
Master P was writing his own verses at least.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
he
can
might
tell.
not have been on the beat machine. Shout out to KLC and them. But he was definitely penning his own verses and songwriting and all that. But I'm just more I lean more towards JD in this because you have my respect if you're more hands on because songwriting's not easy, man, and it's just
I just don't think they match.
Yeah.
it's just a bad
Like-
match for that. I agree.
I'm just saying, Jermaine Dupri can go into a room with a keyboard and a beat machine and a pen and a pad and come out with something that winds up being number one.
That's a fact.
What's
I don't know if
crazy-
Diddy's ever done anything.
That's a fact.
What's crazy is when JD extended the offer, how Puffy kind of just played him like he.
That's what I'm talking
You
about.
can't. You
That's what I
can't
was
sit at
about
the
to
same
say.
table with me. It's like, come on,
What?
man.
Yeah.
If I'm telling you, if as somebody in the music, you know what his track record is.
Facts.
For you to play him like
I'm not in the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying.
That's disrespectful.
That's
The
what
only
that's my
person
point.
that can come in the ring with me is Dre.
Yeah.
Dre ain't even messing with verses. They said Dre was
Dre was like, yeah, this ain't for me.
he was sitting in on the Teddy Riley little debacle.
Yeah.
And
he
that's
called
when he
in.
decided, yeah, I'm cool.
And like Dre, people think Diddy's like the only person that could do it would be Dre. And I'm like, fam, Dre really could start in like 88 on you and go all the way up until, I don't know.
Say Dre started at World Class Wrecking
That's
Crew
what I'm saying,
and
man.
stopped at Doggy Style. He's beating anybody.
Bro, like we
Diddy
didn't
doesn't make beats.
we didn't get the Eminem 50 Cent. Like, come
No,
on, man.
'cause this
Like,
is
Why
when
are we
Dre-
even talking about Diddy?
Yeah, like I said, this is when Dre was making. This is when Dre was really in there tapping
Cut
it
it
out.
out, Long.
Maybe him and Yella.
mean-
but that, other than that,
I'm
come
just
on
saying,
now.
man.
Like, I think
Talking
any,
about Dr. Dre.
yeah,
listen,
Diddy
man.
just put himself in a position to where he could
people are really
he could
questioning
pay his
him
way
now.
in.
Yeah,
And he made it happen. He is very successful at it. But as far as actually producing some stuff,
Hey,
nah,
JD,
fam.
nah.
JD checking him
fam.
on them credits live though. I laughed out loud when I saw that.
I mean, I'm happy JD did what. I'm glad he did that though. You know,
I agree.
because
Honestly,
because
I
a
would
lot of
rather
pe-
see
because a lot of people-
JD and Dr. Dre.
It'd be interesting.
yeah, I mean, it's closer.
I mean, I don't think I'd be interested in that, but
closer.
I mean, apparently, yeah.
JD got classic records in 3 different genres.
Facts. Puffy was on live like, ain't nobody listening to Criss Cross.
money
I'm
ain't
like,
a thing.
All right, but he's
has
more than Criss Cross.
Confessions is a classic album.
Yeah.
That's R&B. That still today holds the crown.
He got
Mariah Carey
all of Escape's
is
catalog.
pop. You know what I'm saying? And she held the crown as far as a pop.
Man.
And they
side
got
of things
him
for
and
a
Mariah
grip.
got bangers.
Yeah.
Once Verzuz turned into pop music and all this other stuff, I got even more disinterested than I already was.
Would you like to see Pretty Lover Boy performed in a Verzuz?
Yeah, he can go up against Kanye.
They talking about
with no security. That's what I'm like. That's all I want to see. I want to
Well,
see
we
the
know-
verses with no security.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him in there doing this to each other.
They're
No,
like,
man.
They're like, my house in Calabasas is nicer. Yeah.
They need to
And
cut
Drake's
that
like, calm down, buddy.
Yeah.
Calm down. Let me rub you
if we want to keep it a buck though, because we brought up the Drake and Kanye thing.
I think it would be good.
Drake technically has not reached Kanye's status as far as albums are concerned. Kanye has
Oh, okay.
4 to 5 classic albums in his pocket.
Yeah, but Drake's got singles. He's the single master.
That's true.
And when you're talking about
Yeah.
about
a
verses,
Yeah, that's true. All right.
That would save him in that is those
Yeah.
singles, those
Yeah.
records. Yeah, he can run those
Plus,
off back to back.
I think he's a little more. I don't want to say relevant because they're both relevant, but Drake's like hits are still kind of fresh on people.
Be
Yeah.
clear though.
A lot of Kanye's heat. A lot of these
For
kids,
Kanye,
a lot of these kids that like the Drake stuff, they were like 5.
Kanye out the gate
6.
though. Drake can't sniff his catalog out the gate. Can't.
but when it comes to verses, neck and neck.
Yeah.
Especially
All right,
what-
man.
We're not comparing albums. We're
Yeah,
comparing.
'cause
and we're not
Drake
even
is
ta-
featured on
and we're not even
everything.
talking about production. We're just talking
True.
about raps.
Yes, that's true.
Long, can we shout out our partners real
Sure,
quick?
Mike. Can we shout out the partners real
Let's
quick?
see if he's ready.
See,
All right.
Your partners.
Welcome back,
Dr. Coleman
Michael.
of Coleman Dental is our go-to dentist. He's a longtime Indianapolis arts and music supporter located right in Broad Ripple. Printfinity is a screen printing shop based in Indianapolis, owned and operated by our own DJ Jay Diff. Our good friends at Indie CD and Vinyl operate one of the best record stores in North America. Shop new and used in their site or visit them in person. Sun King Brewery is what we're drinking on every episode. Check out their many local locations, and they might just be selling in your city if you're not in Indianapolis. And the best way to support the new old heads is to visit our Patreon and become a member for as little as $3 a month. All details on newoldheads.com. Yeah.
All right, we are bike. Shout out to Red August. Don't do that. Don't do that. Bike, man. You know who Plies is. Don't do that. Plies been a little quiet though. I ain't seen Plies in his antics in a while.
He's shy. That's what he say. He's shy.
No, he took out his gold teeth.
He got as the old folks say, he got real teeth now. So
Good for him.
you. All right, man.
So he just got teeth implants. What happened there?
I don't know if he just brushed his teeth or if they, you know.
Dang, you gonna play him like
I
that?
know. I mean,
So he brushed his teeth and they magically just appeared.
I mean, he took all the other stuff off of them. Is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Then just brushed them probably.
Well, all right.
Got some scope with a little
Rather than
with
just using scope?
with a jewelry cleaner and chaser.
Whoosh. Whooshy. That's serious right there.
Gargle a little bit of that and came out pearly whites. I feel.
Now you're out here looking like Kirk Franklin.
That's his
Veneers?
brother, I heard.
Don't do that, man.
What?
I thought
like
they
y'all
was
don't
We
know
not
that.
about to do that. No, I'm not about to do
I
that.
thought that
Exactly
was
what we're about to
related.
do.
Don't do that. All right, so let's let's go and let's talk about little brother, man. Shout out to little brother. I saw this today. Shout out to Lone too because I reposted it earlier and hadn't thought about it. He threw it in the chat, so I appreciate that. So Phonte had a post on IG where he's basically going off on ABB Records. We all know that was their first label. Dude named Benny B, who I actually have a story about. I'll tell you about. But he says we are asking our fans to not support ABB Records by purchasing the repress of the minstrel show or the listening. We have not seen $1 from the sale of either record ever. Hashtag LB business. He also said, he goes on to say, stop running the listening on all platforms. Don't cop any vinyl. So they're really calling out, Ben Nickelberry is his name. But he goes by Benny B.
And we talked about
That's
this.
a shyster name.
And we talked about this.
It is, ain't it?
We talked about this before it came on, but ABB is who they released the listing on. They released the minstrel show on Atlantic.
Atlantic, yeah.
So,
And it's unfortunate. Lone and I, we actually did have this conversation about, they probably were able to recoup over time.
yeah, I'm sure ABB has made their money back on streams. They've had to.
But this,
No, because listening is not on streaming,
Oh,
it isn't. You're right. It starts with the minstrel show, doesn't it?
and they just put
He's right. Get Back,
the Get Back
Left,
and Left Behind. Yeah,
those just started to pop
they
up.
just put those
He's
maybe
right.
about 2 or 3 months ago.
You're right.
So at one point, the only thing on there was like I think the minstrel show.
And maybe a couple of those early mixtapes.
Yeah,
like the Chill It Circuit or something.
Yeah, those are on there.
Did they put out the Get Back and Let Back? But were those Atlantic records too?
They had left
No.
Atlantic. Yeah,
No, I think
if I'm not mistaken.
were those back with ABB? I'm not sure.
I'll look that up.
Yeah,
real
Google
quick.
that. Google that long. But my thing is with this is like when I saw this, I laughed not at their situation, but the fact that me and my homie Pete Sake and my boy Maine, we were talking to Benny B in college. My homie Pete Sake sent him some music. This is back when we had to take the CD and mail it off, right, and for it to get to him. And there was a point where Pete probably talked to him once a day for a whole week. I talked to him on the phone as well. And even back then, he was like, Pete Sake was telling me like, I don't got a good feeling about this dude. Like he got our music and then we'd hear from him, then he'd disappear. And we hear from him, then he'd disappear. And like all of the stuff that he was talking about, none of it came to fruition. So it kind of took me back to a crazy moment when I read this because it doesn't surprise me at all.
What did he like? Do some foul shit with your music?
Well, what he did was he promised us certain things in terms from a placement standpoint, from a show standpoint, from I'm gonna fly y'all out, all the typical stuff that you hear, and none of that stuff ever happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he basically played us and sold us a dream. So when
and you guys were kind of similar to the Little Brother.
same,
It was like one producer, two MCs,
yep.
type thing.
and I could see he was starting to. That might have been a wave he was trying to
Right.
go towards. So
Get Back was actually on ABB Records. Go
Yeah.
figure.
okay,
So Get
Good
Back
call.
and Left Back.
Left Back.
but as it relates to this though, I hope they get their bread. Like I'm not gonna stream it. Like I want them to get whatever they're owed, because you talking about two iconic hip hop albums with the listening and the minstrel show.
Right.
Is there a reason why Ninth is left out of that conversation?
Which one?
Yeah, he's
What's
not
going
tagged.
on? Like they didn't tag Ninth on any of this stuff.
Oh, really?
Because I
Yeah.
seen when I popped up, I hit to see who I was tagged in it. So Pooh is tagged in like the record label when the guy that you're talking about.
Yep.
But he doesn't mention Ninth at all.
I mean, I know there's supposed to be. I don't want to talk about
In their
people's
business.
relationships and stuff like that. But I do remember that even when they were talking about when they were doing their newest album, that the way that it was going, Ninth wasn't like on board with how they wanted to release it, and
Mhm.
so they just didn't work with Ninth on the album.
Right.
He
But-
started off in the fold
But
though.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
but
he
they-
was
but they
he was on the
they're
minstrel show
supposed to-
and on the listening.
Yeah, so
But they're supposed to be cool, is what I was getting at. So I don't know if there's something weird there, or if maybe he had a different deal. I don't know why.
I don't know if
I don't think-
I don't know if the relationship is quite back yet.
It may
I
not-
don't- I
may-
don't think so.
I feel like Pooh and Ninth's relationship got re-solidified with their new project. I don't know.
but maybe
Pooh.
maybe not him and Phonte just quite yet.
Maybe I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That's grown man business. That's their own stuff. So I don't know. But yeah, I didn't notice that. So that's an interesting
Yeah, he's
observation.
not, to Terry's point, he ain't tagging nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man, but I hope they get whatever they deserve, because first of all, they deserve it, and those are two phenomenal albums back to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
What's
y'all
it-
remember when them came out?
It's a day loss situation, kind of. It seems like. So ABB Records is repressing that vinyl. I'm going to put that streaming stuff up and try to hook that money
Capitalize
up. I don't know how much money they made. I remember Phonte telling the story about
Advance
the advance. I think it was for Atlantic Records.
50 G's.
It was like $50,000 because they bought a van,
Yep.
and the van cost like, I don't know what he said, like $48,000 or something. It was like their entire advance. That's what they went on tour with or something. It was 42. I don't know. Like they spent all their money on an advance, and that's what they toured with around the country until I think it got broken into or stolen or something. But crazy story. But yeah, it's interesting, I guess. Just as somebody like, Little Brother's like one of my favorite groups ever.
Right.
Period. Like I came up on Little Brother.
True.
Fonte's my favorite rapper. One of my favorite hip hop personalities.
Period.
So, it's interesting to hear.
I'm gonna
stuff
put y'all on the spot real quick. Which album is better out of the two that we're talking about?
Minstrel Show.
Yeah, I like
Minstrel
Minstrel
Show?
Show more.
I mean, the listening is incredible. It's raw. It's
You
where-
can tell it's raw.
And you got to understand, at the time it came out, I just felt like hip hop wasn't. They weren't making hip hop like that anymore.
Mhm.
And like they say, they always tell like Little Brother comes from, we're the little brothers of
But it doesn't.
Tribe Called Quest and De La Soul.
Native
doesn't.
tongue.
Yeah.
Huh?
But it doesn't though.
What doesn't?
That's not actually. That was just Phonte said he's like that was just a
Or was that something I just saw on the boards?
people. It just caught fire.
Oh,
okay.
That really wasn't true.
That never
It had me fooled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, that's what I saw. Because I was heavy on the OK Player boards at the time.
I thought that idea was dope.
Download little snippets and
Yeah.
getting remixes of stuff that people were doing. But I still think Minstrel Show,
Yeah.
like conceptually front to back,
Yeah.
I mean, they just nailed that.
Yeah, they did.
And it was
there's
it
not
was,
a skippable track on there.
and there was just something that
I think he
the
right.
public
on that.
wasn't ready for.
I remember hearing Speed.
Even the Percy Miracle song is fire.
yeah.
I remember my homie DeCarlo played Speed for me. And I was like, where these dudes from? He was like, North Carolina. I'm like, with this sound? He was like, yeah, they from North Carolina. I was like,
And he makes beats on Fruity Loops.
yeah, and I'm like,
Everybody kept bringing
Word?
that up.
so I remember hearing Speed and being like, these guys are, I might like this, and as we went through the album, and I love the listening, but I'm with y'all, man. The Minstrel Show is classic.
The Minstrel Show is the first thing that I heard, but this was the internet. Like I bought a CD of the Minstrel Show, but
I did too.
All their other music I have bootlegged. I mean, I probably still have it.
Chitlin Circuit, all
Chitlin
that.
Circuit,
Yeah.
everything you can think of, all the B-sides. Like I saw Phonte share something the other day with a song called Step Back or Step Away with A-Tracks.
Mm-hmm.
I got that. I've had that on digital since 2008. It was a vinyl only release. Like I've got like all their stuff. So
No,
I was a fanboy.
No, I remember because I once again, this is when I would go on the OK Player boards because there'd always be something somebody would talk about and be like, inbox me. And, I remember I didn't have the whole album, but I would just burn all the little brother stuff I had. Okay, we're burning this to a CD.
Just one CD. Yeah.
And just, and I might have it on there with because it was when you could burn MP3s onto a CD.
Yep.
So you could have
I still do that.
2 or 3 hours worth of music. Yeah. And so
700 megabytes.
But then at a place in St. Louis, this is when I was driving back and forth from St. Louis to Carbondale, and I stopped at Vintage Vinyl in the U City Loop. And I remember they had a stack of the listening CDs, and it was only $7.99.
Oh, you hit a lick.
And if I'd have known what I know now, I'd have bought like all 5 copies instead of just one for myself.
Yeah. You hit a lick finding that at that price.
Oh yeah.
I think I drove.
If you try to get it on Amazon now, you're not getting it for $7.99. You believe that?
I bought it right up the street from the spot that closed across from Paco's. Used to be a record store.
Oh, Rockin' Billy's.
Yeah. I drove from Anderson to come get it. I think the CD was $15.99.
Talking about which one? The listening?
Yeah, the Minstrel Show.
That's what I got the listening for $7.99.
I think I bought the Minstrel Show
I thought
from
you
Sam
did.
Goody.
Yeah, you should have copped all those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should
I
have
should
copped
have
all
copped
those.
them all and left them sealed, but you didn't. You don't know at the
Yeah,
time.
you ain't thinking like that.
Yeah. But nah, man, shout out to Phonte, man, and Pooh. I hope they get their situation taken care of because that's whack. And you get
Man,
what
these
you owe.
people need to get hands laid on them, to be honest with you. I'm tired of all this
I know.
this just shady business practices going on and people acting like they can't be touched
Yeah.
because they're a lawyer up or whatnot.
And sometimes
Man,
it
people
some
need to
violence,
go on
huh?
here and put hands on these cats because
Whoop a little ass.
this is getting out of hand, man.
I feel like
I wouldn't be able to you messing with my money, you messing
I
with
still
how
care
I
about you.
eat, all of that, and it's like a game of cat and mouse to them.
Yeah.
Mess with my family.
So it's like you gonna press up my vinyl, sell it for
Yeah.
probably $35,
Easy.
Come on,
Easy.
and
man.
not give me anything.
nothing.
We might make a T-shirt to
Man,
go
look.
with it. It might be a sticker. It might be a whole bunch. Might be a bundle.
You might get a digital download. You know how it goes.
Yeah, they gonna jazz it up. Cause
But-
Little Brother has a following. Like they're gonna jazz it up.
But this is the thing. It almost doesn't matter. I saw this happen with Morris Day and the Time just recently because Rhino was it was like I think it's like the 35-year anniversary of their first album or 40th.
Yeah,
Can't remember. Numbers time relative. And but the thing is, Morris Day was like, I don't know anything about this. Nobody asked me about and here it is, my name, and this is and so basically everybody who played was like, yeah, we don't support this.
yeah.
And Rhino had to reach out to him and like kind of delay the release and say, we
I need my money.
We need an error. No, they were like, we made an error in this. And we're not going to put this out until we have the involvement of, because everybody who was in Morris Day and the Time is still alive.
Exactly.
Run me my money.
Run me my money, man.
I mean, I guess these companies are so used to dealing with people who are either dead or cracked out or whatever.
Man.
That
Or idiots.
yeah, I mean, but Morris Day is still out here doing shows. He wrote
They
a book.
buried,
He's still,
what these snakes do, they bury themselves in contracts that make it okay for them to do things like that. That's what I'm saying. They need to be touched. I'm tired of this. You're hiding jargon in these contracts to where you can do things like that and then can get away with it. So in turn, the artists have to be like, hey, y'all, don't buy it and don't stream it.
Yeah.
Because they can't just walk up on them and take all their product from them.
I mean, Dave Chappelle had to do the same
Exactly. I'm tired of that, man.
He right on that. Somebody he right on that.
That's just foul practice.
You know,
like,
if you're not going to contact the people, if you're going to put out anniversary collections and special
on,
commemorative, and you're not even going to involve the people
come
who
on,
are
man.
still alive and out here still working and playing those songs,
That ain't it, man.
100, maybe 150 nights a year. Come on,
That
man.
ain't
What,
it,
what,
bro.
what part of the game is that?
I would rather
ain't it.
the artist himself send me a burnt copy of the album signed
I'll take that.
versus
Yeah, I'll take that.
buying this copy that's all pretty and stuff from somebody and they ain't
for sure.
even getting any money off of it.
Yeah.
That's just whack.
Look, if
man.
I got a CDR of the Minstrel Show, but it was signed by Pooh, Phonte, and Ninth, I'd have more value in that than going out and buying, the ABB commemorative whatever.
You will see a framed blank CD is what
Yeah.
you will see.
I got Phonte's last album signed.
So
which
yeah.
was a good album, by the way.
Very good album.
All right, yeah, shout out to them, man. I hope they get every dime they're supposed to get. And I saw a lot of people on my timeline sharing that as well. So they got a crew.
Put
people
hands on
supporting.
these folks.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Let's get this last topic in before we get out of here. I saw this on my stories. Y'all probably didn't see it, but it was a topic about Rolling Stones 500. I don't think I'm gonna ask you if you saw it. Did you see the 500 greatest songs? You ain't see it. You ain't see
Your
it.
stories are
You
that
ain't see it.
fire.
You
that
ain't see
you
it.
be like,
You-
no, y'all probably didn't
You
see
ain't
it.
see it.
Maybe he's saying that trash. We don't know.
Maybe yeah.
You ain't see it. Did you see? Did you see the list for Rolling Stones 500 greatest songs of all time?
Yeah, I saw it because they
doing
put out,
Rolling Stones
They
again.
put this out every.
Did you see Carson Daly's response?
No.
All right then.
All right, well, what did Carson Daly say, Mike?
Basically, he was hating on the top 10, and every bad thing that he had to say was related to hip hop music being in the top 10. Hey Ya came in at number 10 all time, and Get Your Freak On was number 8.
What?
That's kind of what I said.
That's what I'm saying. But
See,
he's
this is the thing with Rolling Stone rankings of anything, and we've had this conversation before.
Catch Your Freak On number 8.
it's number 8.
The number 8 song of all time.
Number 8. And
Come
Carson
on,
Daly
man.
was like, fam, y'all couldn't put in Johnny Cash or Elvis, or he was naming all these people. He's like, I mean, I like Missy like everybody else, but 8? And I'm like, when I first heard him, I'm like, oh, he just hating on the hip hop. I thought Missy was 25 or 30 or 40 or something like that. When I read the list with Lone, I saw it was 8th. I'm like, yeah, that might be a little high for
Man,
Get Your
that's
Freak On.
suspect.
I don't know if I put Get Your
I'm not
Freak
mad
On
at,
in
but
the
we're
top
not
10 of Missy songs,
Can
much
we-
less the top 50 songs of all time.
I was
we-
here
can-
thinking, do I have songs better than Get Your Freak On?
Can we all agree
like
that
that
Hey
song.
Ya is cool at 10?
Hey, that was one of the best songs ever made.
Yeah.
I'm good with Hey Ya.
No, I can't hate on that.
I'm good with Hey Ya, but Get Your Freak On number 8. I don't know about that one because
No, that's
Of all the other hip hop
that's-
songs ever, that is in fact that's 2 spots better than Hey Ya.
yes, but here's a catch. Here's the flip
Troy's
side.
better than that.
Troy's better than that. Public Enemy Fight the Power is number 2
Of all time.
of all time on this list.
Come on, man.
You still mad?
Is John Lennon's Imagine on there?
It ain't in the top 10.
Because that's a really
Aretha
great
came in
song.
at number 1 with Respect.
Number 1 song of all time.
Respect.
Written by Otis Redding.
Shout out to Otis Redding.
I didn't know he wrote that song.
I neither.
Hell, he did it originally.
Oh, did he?
I like his version better than Aretha's.
Don't
but
do
you
that,
can't say
man.
that.
Don't do that.
Why? Because it's true.
No, it's not. Aretha's
true for
version is
me.
better than that. No, don't do that. What's up with all this hate on these?
That's not hate, Mike.
That's not hate.
Okay, go ahead, man.
If you don't like it,
They don't like it. That don't mean that he's hating. Shout out
No.
to comment.
see if you can get consistent on this.
I'm definitely inconsistent
I
right now.
wouldn't put Respect as a number 1 song
No.
either. I would.
No.
Oh, y'all just out here.
Man,
No,
I can't stand a Rolling Stone
I
charts
know.
of
I
anything.
I think Bill
Like,
Withers has 4 songs better than that song.
I would put.
Stop
I would.
alone saying
I
Bill
would-
Withers though.
I would put Temptations, Just My Imagination ahead of Respect.
Respect.
Yes.
Maybe I ain't make the list.
And I wouldn't
I'm
put,
just saying.
I wouldn't put Just My Imagination at number 1.
I would put One More Chance by the Jackson 5 above Respect.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just me.
I would put a material girl in a material world.
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. So look, real quick, man. I'll at least run down the top 10 for y'all.
Maybe Take On Me.
So
Yeah, let's hear this.
I'm gonna give you the top 10. I got it because there's clearly some.
Respect.
So we got Hey Ya at number 10. We're okay with that, correct?
It depends what everything else is.
Oh,
You
yeah.
shake- he's
We'll see.
shaky. He's
We'll see.
shaky.
We'll see.
All right.
Is Tears for Fears in the top 10?
I'm about to read them, sir. Fleetwood Mac, Dreams, number 9.
That's an awesome
It's
song.
a good song.
That's a good song.
All right. 8, Missy Elliott, Get Your Freak On.
Sorry.
They can miss me with
Yeah,
that
I'm
one.
sorry.
They can just exit.
The Beatles, Strawberry Fields Forever, 7.
It's not even the best Beatles
Come on
song.
now.
Okay, I'm just reading the list. Number 6, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? Don't anybody say anything stupid.
I can dig the placement of that being in the top 10 of
All right, I was
any music.
about to say.
conversation.
It's definitely
that's
Let's
fine.
not get
High
carried
top
away
10.
now. Stop, Long. Let's not
You
get
gonna
carried
put
away.
something number 1?
Yeah, let's not get carried
for
away.
sure. Yeah.
All right. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, 5.
It's not even the best Nirvana song.
I can see that being in the
not even
top. That
but
could be in the
it's-
top 25 songs.
but it's not even the best song on that album.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah, your Nirvana game is high too. Your Nirvana game is high. Let's see.
Great
Number
song.
Come
number
As
4.
You Are is better than that song.
It is.
Honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bob Dylan, Like
Something
a Rolling
in the Way.
Stone, number 4.
I feel like they have to put a Bob Dylan
Yeah, they
song
got to.
somewhere in the top.
Yeah, I could. I mean, I
Nothing.
guess.
No, and it's a cool song.
Cool.
Sam Cooke, Change Gonna Come.
Top 10
Great
song.
record.
If you're gonna put
Great
something,
record.
that should go before Respect.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh man.
That's a top 10 song.
And then we got PE, Fight the Power, and Aretha.
No.
So
Our
the
list-
PE way too high, right?
that list is Hard Hat Cat.
Get
Get I like
your
that. I like
freak on out of here and put PE at number 8.
I need to.
Okay.
Why ain't Tears for Fears? Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Why isn't like
That's
Nah,
a good song. I don't
that's
know if
a-
that's a top 10 song. No,
Is it top 20 at least?
top 40.
Top 40?
Top 40.
Okay. Maybe I just like it for other reasons.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
So is there anything in this top? Well, the top 10. I mean, it's 500 songs, man. So I don't know. It's
I
all
mean-
subjective. What
I
I'm
mean-
saying is, are there? You guys are easily naming certain songs that are glaring, where you like, man, that could easily be in the top 10. Are there any JB records that should be in the top 10?
James Brown?
it's a man's world.
I see. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, "It's a Man's World" could be close to the top 10. To me, that's a great song.
Ain't no Smokey Robinson songs. in the top 10?
None, no Smokey songs, no Temptation
You know how
joints.
many songs that man wrote?
That's what I'm saying.
How do you not? I don't know. If they don't have the tracks in my tier somewhere in the top 25, then this whole list is
I
not.
don't even know Smokey in the top 25, man.
They don't have Tears of a Clown.
Come on, man.
Where we at on time, Red August? Am I getting? We
you
getting
can
close?
you can never get these lists right.
No,
anyway.
you can't.
True.
But you can get them damn sure wrong.
Yes.
For you to compile a list of 500 songs, and these are the ones you come up with to be the best ones.
Yeah, man. I mean, if we had more time, maybe in the post show we
Where
can
does,
go down the
where
rest
does
of the list.
Stairway to Heaven belong on that list?
I think Carson Daly said that was one of the songs that he said.
Like,
Where's
that's a
Purple
good song.
Rain?
Yeah.
Purple Rain, yeah.
I was listening to that
I'm
on
looking
the way
for some
over
Mike.
here.
Like I ain't even see. We talked about Mike earlier
What
when
about
you
Ain't
was
No
hating on the
Sunshine
Jackson
when
family.
she's gone?
Yeah.
Like,
What about just the two of us?
Nah, I don't know.
use me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
You
Like,
said "Do Me" by Velvet DeVoe.
no. I said, what about On Our Own by Bobby Brown? That's
a great
definitely
song.
in the top.
That got to be in at least. I don't care where, but it got to be in these 500.
Footsteps in the Dark.
So many good songs.
All right, man. Well, maybe we can go through the rest of it in the post show.
Yeah, but the top 10 is trash.
Well, I guess we all agree that the top 10 is tripping. So.
Respect, number 1 song of all time. Get
Hey
out
man,
of
stop hating on Aretha Franklin. man.
I'm not hating.
That's not hating. I
could
don't
put it
agree
in my
with
top
that.
25.
It's the tone, though.
But yeah, because
Why? Because somebody was watching.
somebody
the
was
Blues
like, "Oh yeah,
Brothers.
we
They was
let's
watching
make
the
sure
Blues Brothers and got nostalgic.
It's like let's make sure we have a woman at number 1. That'll be good for
man.
us with all the stuff.
and the
going
title
on.
of the song is Respect, and we
Yeah.
we respect you, Queen. So we're gonna make you number 1.
What about, they got no house records in there. What about Feel the Vibrations by Marky Mark and the Funky Brothers?
And on that note,
Wow.
appreciate everybody.
Where's the Bob Marley and the Wailers?
We
Come on
appreciate
now.
everybody.
Straight
that's-
up.
Hey, that's facts though.
Yeah. All right.
What? Marky, what you said? Wait, what's the last one you said?
Well, he said Bob Marley and
And
the
the
Wailers.
Wailers.
Oh,
Yeah. Where's
Okay.
Bob Marley in their top 10?
okay. That's a good one.
Three Little Birds. Come on now.
We ain't got no Lil Zane in there. We got.
You always got that one cousin, man. It's that one family member,
He's
man.
got that one song that's pretty good.
Lil Zane. He ain't in the top. I don't. Yeah, I ain't no careful. He's not.
All
in-
right. I think we've been told.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it
Oh,
up,
or
B.
keep going. Oh,
Red
oh.
August said
I'll
keep
see.
going.
So,
So,
more about Lil Zane.
All
All
right.
right. So
What about? There's no Whitney in there. There better be some Whitney.
yeah,
in
we're
the
gonna
top.
find. It has to be some Whitney in there.
And we talking about songs sung better than the original.
Is this-
I Will Always Love You is definitely sung a whole lot better by Whitney than it was by Dolly.
Yeah, but
Facts.
you know what is a song by Whitney that does not get the love you give good love.
Yeah.
You ain't
They-
lying, boy.
Because like
That's-
that, and the thing is that, so for all my DJs out there, like that song has been brought back into the cultural relevance because of Power Book 3. So
Oh.
if you trying to look for some other song, because a lot of y'all closing with the same songs every night.
Is that
Yeah.
is you need good? Is that one of the songs you'll see the brothers standing around on?
Oh yeah, because no, they stand around all because they don't know how to talk to women. So
Oh, okay.
Where does
Um,
Africa belong in this list?
by Toto,
That's a good song.
I hate him, but he's right. It could
He's
be in the
definitely
area.
right.
He's right.
I mean, it
But
belongs.
he's
It's
petty
better
though.
being there somewhere.
Yeah, that's a great record though. You right.
That song was being played while my daughter was being born.
Word.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's what's
That
up.
was what was over the speaker.
Figures.
Yeah.
All right, man. So that's going to do it for this episode. Shout out to the chat. Y'all were live. I saw y'all tonight. We appreciate all the comments. Stick around for the post show. As always, you find us on anywhere. Just Google the New Old Heads. You'll find us anywhere. And TikTok, we booming out here, man. We really starting to grow. So appreciate y'all support as always. And we'll see y'all next week.
comments. All
Yeah.
right.
Shout out to all the comments too. See y'all next week. Peace.
In a minute.
Yeah.